Yo, yo. Testing. I think that sounds good. All right. We are trying to add data. So I broke the gRPC input. That should be there. But I'm going to add the input. Oh. The input which test. Okay, I think it's good. We're going to add the input which connects to this or any other node. So I was trying to imagine there's like this data layer that needs to exist because right now we just have a graph, but we need a data layer which is different than our project that we can connect into this stuff. So let's see if I can get this working. So, oh, we're kind of in a catch-22 here. Let's see if we can get the gRPC thing working again. Okay. I really wish I could post what song is playing right now. I really would like to figure that out. I did have it working, but Spotify's freaking auth. I wasn't able to figure it out. Okay. So I'm going to print out what's going on inside of here. Actually, I want it here. Put forms. Just print out the whole node, sure. Test. Is that too quiet? Didn't like, what about that? That? What about that? What about that? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is that loud enough? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. 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 I still feel like that's too quiet. I guess we'll see. I don't think it's too quiet. Maybe it is. Man, who knows? This stuff's so hard. Freaking audio video. Alright. Okay, so now we're looking at what we got here. I'm looking at data, config, gRPC. It says that it's in there. Oh, and then type info. So that should be fine, right? gRPC. Input form. Oh, do I have it because I have this TS ignored? That's probably it. Yeah, there you go. Rid of that. So what I wanted to do is try to run this method, which should tell me the type information for the node. Now, in order to figure that out, I'm gonna get my projects, give this a run. Oh, still need to fix that. So I'm gonna give this a run, not found because I need to save, run it, projects. Gonna grab the project ID. Give me a scratchpad. Create new file, text file. So I want to save the project ID. And then I want to know the node ID of something, I think, to get type information. Maybe not something crazy. So I'll just grab that. Then I'm going to run info with the project ID and the node ID. See what we get. Scheme localhost is not supported. What? I don't know about that one. I'm calling bullshit. The bullshit error. Oh, I think I know what this is. Localhost, invoke with stream. It has something to do with the parsing and the fact that it's just localhost colon some port and it needs like HTTP. URL. I'm not a huge fan with how this code is looking, but whatever. Oh wait, I see. So, nope, come on. Service. So this resource that needs that. And we'll leave it to do. I think a gRPC resource should have a host that has a URL or has a protocol. I wonder what I need to do in order to get oh, that's cool. I wonder what I need to do in order to get like a Spotify workflow so that I can like, because I kind of want to make a project that works as a Chrome extension. That's kind of what I want to do with Lunar Brain. But I need to come up with the order of operations to make that happen. All right, okay, so if you run this, project service, no proto found. Okay, we're getting super meta here. Self method. Oh, I think I need to do node.package plus node.service. Service name. Test. I don't like this feedback. It's the freaking fan. Ugh. Hate that. Okay. Oh, so there you fucking go. So that's the method type. So what's happening is this is so stupid, but also really cool. So this project service that get node info is a block that comes from Protoflow itself. And so we're using UI to debug Protoflow. And so when we run this, it's getting its own type information, which is so neat. So now we can elaborate on this because right now I'm just doing the method, but we can toss on resolve method, and then from method I want to do like what I want, method input, and then we'll say desk dot, so we need to convert it because right now this is a proto reflect method descriptor, but we need it to be another type of method descriptor. And there is, oh, I love this so much. I love the Go community so much. So this guy's, and so this is what happens. So proto reflect, protobuf v2 from Google, they released a lot of changes. And so one of them was adding like a more dynamic stuff through Proto Reflect. But this guy, he went through all the effort of like outlining everything everything that this other project, not even his project, did, but like how to interact with it, like how to like make sure like to sort of inform the reader of this code, like what has changed. Why is this repo still relevant? Because it is. It's a lot of really nice code things. For example, the thing that I'm using, build descriptor, and then this protoprint. Protoprint's a part of this guy's project, not from Google Golang protobuf. So super stoked that this guy did this work, because it literally just as I was reading this, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to use the wrap thing to convert between the two. And so it just like, boom, it just fucking worked. It's poetry. Good code, it just feels like poetry to me. All right, so I want to wrap message, and then I'm going to take method.input so that I can convert that to a message error. And I'm going to say so can I make this generic? That's the question. Method builder, builder dot from message. So many errors. Ew. Okay, so now that I have my method now what do? I say m dot build descriptor and print. I could at least turn this into a function, I think. Say like print descriptor is a function that accepts descriptor and turns a string. And then just toss that in there. It is not nil, that will be an empty string. That's not a thing. Is there truly nothing that I can factor out of here? That's quite sad. That saddens me greatly. I can use the printer at least. Okay, so I'm gonna do message that as this or build or dot from message. Oh, I already did that. Tripping. As nope. From message, and then build descriptor. Oh, builder. Yeah, I can take a builder method builder. Print builder is a function. Takes a builder and just say returns a string. And then yeah, we can take that guy. And then that printer just tuck in there. That returns empty string. Return s dot, oh, that's just a string, and then no. Easy. Builder. Ah, fuck. Is there no generic freaking thing? Is that just that? Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. Okay. So then and this is method type. I don't know. I'll just kind of go with it for now. Null, error. We don't need to wrap it. Oh, yeah, we called it method type there. Method type. So what I also want to add here is input type, output type, regenerate that. So we're going to need to clean up this code, but right now it is okay. Input type. Oh, we can at least, we'll do this for message. We'll call this print message. It's a function that takes whatever this type is. Message descriptor. Proto effect. Proto. Just message descriptor, protoflect. Okay, computer's just slow. Sorry for being slow, computer. And we'll just say return. And then let's type input type, comma error, print message, nice. Output, what's going on, code. Hello, Lorenzo. How are you doing this evening? I really wish that I could get the audio that I'm listening on the stream because it's so hype. Or at least I can copy link to artist. This artist is so hype. I watched, I was on Instagram and I saw one of their shows and they had this like ridiculous visual on their screen. I don't know what the hell this is. Be pretty sick to see. Okay. So say if error equal nil. Maybe we wrap this one. Who knows? Why does it have a problem? Method. That should be Gucci input type, because that should be output type. So you have input type is input type, output type is output type. So when we run this, ladies and gentlemen, we should see the types that we want after we fix those pesky errors, because that is a empty string. Kind of want to read some Go code. There's oh, micro. Golang. I wanted to give like some code reviews of some code. So I wanted to look at micro. What was the other one that I wanted to look at? Oh, I was curious about micro tilt. Because tilt uses wire. And what I was curious about was how they were doing it and if there's anything that I was missing. But I kind of want to start with micro. Seemed like easier code to read. I want to take some notes. Also, just in terms of my mentality around keeping tabs open, like this is starting to look like too much and it's starting to get like overwhelming. I guess my screen's in the way. My face. So tabs, I can't see the text anymore. That's starting to annoy me. And so what I'm going to do is I'll like go through and like reap these tabs. Like let's figure out what we got going on here. So I'm looking at this. This is some documentation that I had pulled up before. Command shift up. Yeah. So this is some documentation I was looking at on ProtoReflect. I don't need to have the documentation open all the time because the types in IntelliJ like are pretty easy, and then I can always like click through to the actual code. And since this is more or less like what it is, I don't need to read this blob of text every time. I also know where this is, like it's pretty easy to find, so I can confidently like close that. Same goes for this. This is like the repo. I was reading this to get at this information, so no longer really necessary. And what do you know? Like this is another one. So this probably was like a rabbit hole that I went down. So I can reap all of those out. Micro, I just opened this. If I open up a new tab like this, I'm kind of skeptical about it because it's like an idea that I had, but it's like I'm not immediately going to start looking at this. So what I might take is I'll copy this, or I'll cut it. I mean, I just want to get rid of that tab. And then we're going to take logsec. And under here, we're going to do, and I'm pretty sure I already have this, streaming ideas. Let's see if we already have it. Stream ideas. That's cool. Page history. No, I don't think so. I thought I had like a coding. Stream ideas, coding, review, go micro. Oops. Pay attention to coding style and other design choices. So yeah, so I could close that tab out, and I've just made a note about it. What else we got in here? This one is harder to find. So this is the reference for the component library we're using in Protoflow. Harder to find. Could maybe close it, but I generally find like that reference is nice. This is GoCloud. I definitely know where this is. Don't really need this right now, so I can close that out. And all that I'm doing in that process of closing out is just like running through in my head. It's like, when will I use this next? And if it's like sometime in the not so foreseeable future, I'm just like, nah, like this shouldn't be open. Like, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest with ourselves. I've been wanting to finish this one for a while because it was recommended to me. It's an hour long, and it's like a little dense, little bit of a grind to watch, but I usually put these types of videos on to like 2x speed, just let it go, let it roll. These are interns, possible interns that I have working with me. I need to go through these resumes. Definitely important. I want to keep those open. So yeah, I think we did as much reaping as we want. This is a course on LogSec. A lot of information already kind of know. I'm more interested in the more advanced features that are going to be talked about in the course, but oh, sick. There's a button for that. Didn't know that. Cool. So now if we shrink this down to our size, boom, look at that. A lot less overwhelming. We've cleaned up some stuff. So now all of that to help me focus on whatever the fuck I was just doing, which I think all I need to do is hit run to test it out. Boom. So there we go. There is those are our types. We can see our our input and output types in text form. I would like to get some syntax highlighting on that. So there you go. There you have it. Those are types. And I could serialize them. I'm curious. See if it has a format. Is there anything that's not written 10 years ago? I mean, I love you, Dirk Brand. Awesome project, but you could use buff. That's probably what I want to do. 10 years ago? Man. Yeah, we'll just use buff format. Format. It's going to get blown away anyway. Why did I want that? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you why I needed that. Well, anyway, I wanted to hook up input. So what I would like to be able to do is when I connect these two together, input should have this form, that gRPC form. Also, I kind of want this like add field thing to go away. All protobuf. And what I want to do with this input, I still haven't really quite figured out how the data separation works. Need something a little more upbeat. Infected mushroom? So I kind of want to show the type information there instead of the gRPC form. Also, if that buff format thing, I'm pretty sure I could just call it directly. But anyway, is there a code? We have code? Code. React code. Prettify. React code viewer. Syntax editor. Code viewer. Why this one? Oh my god, you love to see it. You love to see this desperate grab of why you should use this one. There are other syntax editors out there, so I use this one. The biggest reason is that all the others rely on triggering calls. Component did mount and component did update to highlight the code block and insert it in the render function using dangerously set inner HTML or just manually altering the DOM with native JavaScript. Oh god. Look at everyone that uses it. No hablo inglés, ha ha ha. ¿Cómo estás? Buckethead. I don't know how you say head is cabeza. What is bucket? I don't know what bucket is. How do you say bucket in Spanish? El cubo. El cubo cabeza. Cubo cabeza. Oh, you're a fan of actual Buckethead, like the artist Buckethead. Just got that. Yeah. Yeah, he has like the mask, the creepy mask. And the KFC bucket. insane. All right, React syntax highlighter. So the question is, do we use the one with 12 million downloads? Using the seriously super amazing low light worm. I have so much respect for front-end developers. I cannot believe the shit that they do. It is compile MDX to JavaScript in Rust. Oh man, they really want Rust to work. Like Rust is gonna. Everyone wants Rust to be the next thing. I guess we'll see. I guess we're doing this one. I guess that's the winner. So I'm gonna start off by just like surfacing this shit. So get node info. So I'm gonna go to Studio, gRPC editor. I'm gonna remove this input form, and then I'll keep it in there for a second. And then I need to grab the data. So project context. So I need to add something in here that's like load node types. And then I'm passing in the node ID. So that should complain at me saying that load node types. Load node types. Load. Why is that not indented? Interesting. Const load node types is a callback where we will say if we don't have a project, then just return. Otherwise, I'm going to copy that. And then say project service dot get node info. I guess we'll say load node info. And then we return get node info response. We don't have that. Why are you so mad? Expected 2 arguments, got 1. Oh. Depths. They depend on projects. Okay. Be happy, please. Thank you. No. Something got really messed up here. Code. Reformat code. Res dot. Oh, it's just res. Just res. So actually, we just do that. We just return. I shared your video in my WhatsApp story. Ah, muchas gracias. What is it? Cubo cabeza? Or is it cabeza cubo? I want this to be a specific type. I want this to be get node info response. We should never get to this. Man, I don't know how people freaking... Guess we'll just say like undefined. Undefined? I don't know if people do air handling. Sure. Sure. Load node info. Are you happy? Please clap. JavaScript, please clap. Or undefined, I see, right? Because we have this. That's just that. There we go. Guess I can share this song. Love infected mushroom. Okay, so when I open this editor, I want to load the types. So I'm going to say load node info. And then for load node info, I'm going to run this on component load node info. Load node info, node.id. No, I do not want to use .then. Thank you very much. So we're saying node dependency. We're just going to load node info. And then I think I'm just going to maybe use some state. Node info set node info. This actually should be probably more general instead of just applying specifically to this. Because if I want to use this for a function, that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. I guess I could turn it into like a single call maybe. Oh boy. We're chugging. Poor JavaScript, the little language that could. Do we not like the async? We don't like the async. So what do we do here? We do another more fucking bullshit. Like we just say, this is async. Let me run it. What do you want from me? God bless us. And we'll say set node info is the result of that. Oh, sweet Jesus. Why do you do this, JavaScript? Okay. Oh, Nolan. I'm going to clip this and send this to Nolan to watch my torture. Okay, so now I'm just going to get rid of this and then put some pre-tags in here. And then I guess so. Does this just work? Question mark. Una pregunta para la computadora. ¿Es eso correcto o falso? Connection refused. Well, please don't refuse the connection. Please connect. Yeah, no shit, it's slow. Thank you, Mr. Computer. Okay, we refresh. What happens? I click on this. I don't see anything. Get node info runs multiple times. That's okay. Aha. Node info. Yeah, we need a faster computer. This is getting a little too much. Whoa. Okay. So that's a thing. We have the information. And oh, the reason why we need to make that get node type generic thing is because we want this to run for like the input editor, because that's what we want. And then what we'll do inside of our service is we'll be like, yo, give me all of the nodes that my input is connected to and give me their type information. And then based off of that, then that's the type information that the input will be. Obvi. This is the easiest code I've ever written in my life. It just writes itself. Do I really have to install this freaking cursed library? Oh, I just know there's going to be annoying problems with this. Just know there's going to be problems. Okay. Too many open files. Yes, because JavaScript is cursed. Cursed. Cursed, I say. It haunts me. I'm pretty sure I've had nightmares about JavaScript dependency hell. Too many open files? I would like you to ignore please ignore anything just ignore studio. You don't care about studio. That's where we put the JavaScript. We've locked the JavaScript in a closet. Can't get out. Cannot spread. Okay. Okay, so we're replacing this cursed code with syntax highlighter. Will the style just be node info dot method type? Input type and output type. And then we'll also, so we don't have this annoying stuff, say node info and that, so that our node info is actually there and I don't need the question mark because we know it's there. So I am looking to have this refreshed. Please refresh. Oh. The light. Whoa. I'm like way too washed out with that light. Is that better? Yeah, there you go. Not as washed out. Looks ridiculous though. Excellent. High-tech lighting. I wouldn't have this problem if the DSLR camera that I had was still working, but unfortunately it's not. It doesn't want to work anymore. Import syntax highlighter from React syntax highlighter. Be happy. I told you where your friend was. What else would you want to know? This whole JavaScript biz, I swear. Does not like it. Oh my god. Oh.